and bouncing and then recycle me.
I mean, you got to recycle these days, even if you're limited.
You know, if you can't afford gas, then you should go get an electric vehicle.
Because that'll solve your problem.
That'll solve your problems. What? You can't afford a tank of gas, but you can afford a $60,000 car.
Yeah, I mean, and its emissions are great, right?
That's before your dealer markup. Yeah, it doesn't matter that it takes fucking oil to produce the tires and paint.
Why are you bringing up that shit?
Well, because, you know...
Just talk about the shit right now.
The zero emissions.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We ain't talking about that shit over there. We don't know about production.
I don't know nothing about no production.
We don't worry about that.
I don't worry about none of that there. Like, who cares? You strip mine in like half of Africa to get me batteries.
It's no big deal, man.
It's cool, yo.
I mean, let's not talk about that. That's a little triggering, man.
You know.
We just talk about, like...
I get woke.
Zero emissions, bro. Yeah, all electric. No gas charge.
Weld the wheels. Weld the wheels. What?
Zero gas.
Zero gas.
Plug it right into your house now. You don't even need a supercharger anymore.
Hey, you know what I'm disappointed by?
What's that?
Our time traveler episode, we never got contacted by nobody.
No, we did not. No. So nobody's listening in the future.
Oh.
Nobody's listening now.
Oh, man, that's sad. Make me cry inside. So, yeah, it's been a bit, huh?
Not even none of our fucking friends or anybody just, like, played a prank or some shit with a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, that would have been...
That was like awesome. It was a softball, like... It was like a T-ball. We just put it on there and just hit it. There
was no throw even involved.
Just hit the ball. We gave it, just hit it and we'll have fun. But no,
we gave him the coordination. We were even on Discord that day, weren't we?
No. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I don't know. Maybe there still is some shit gonna happen. We don't know yet. And there's a problem. You know what I mean?
There could have been. Maybe it's against the Prime Directive.
And they couldn't come back to that specific time. And they came in the wrong time.
It could have not been that moment. Like, maybe there are actual corners. Like,
corners?
I don't know what that means. You can't see what I was doing with my hands.
You were doing an X? Like X markers.
But yeah, maybe like X marks the spot. Maybe there are only certain... things when certain things align that you can jump to.
Maybe there's only certain time periods.
Yeah, but like certain dates, right? Like
things that only fall on sixes.
A lot of energy or something like that flows through.
So like, I don't know, June 6, 1966 would have been a good time to they may have shut up then. When did Kennedy get assassinated?
That was November 21st.
Yeah.
1969? Is that right?
Man, I wish I'd have known that really quickly, and I could have just said, like, the 9s were what they can show up on. And, like, you know, because November's 11, but if you subtract 2 from 11, that's 9. If you add 2 to 18, or to 19, that's 21. So it all matches.
It mashes up some shit. I don't know. I know, like, I don't know if you watch the Skinwalker Ranch shit at all.
I don't know, but do we have an SD card in?
We do.
That's good. Because I saw that the thumb drive was over there. I'm like, good time to ask right now.
I got
We're doing like onboard memory. It's going to cut off really quick. Probably.
It's going to be like, man, there's no space. No, I got a card in there, yo.
Okay, but what are you talking about again?
Skinwalker Ranch. So we've talked about Skinwalker Ranch before on the podcast, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but what about it?
So have you watched the Search for Skinwalker Ranch or The Truth of Skinwalker Ranch?
No.
The show at all?
No.
Like, they've been pulling some shit.
What do you mean, like out of their ass, or they're like actually making sense?
No, I'm pretty sure it's, I'm fairly certain. I'm sure that there's a lot of boring shit that happens, but like they've been doing a lot of... They've been experimenting more and more and more on this place. And, of course, obviously, they recap it every episode, like what they're doing or whatever. Right. So they're on season 3 now.
Damn.
And, like, they've got this spot that they've been concentrating on called the Triangle, right?
Okay.
And anytime, like, they did this, the very first episode of this season, they made a lot of, like, GPS drops, like, from a helicopter. Because at the end of season 2... they went up with the helicopter and they were flying above the ranch, and then all of a sudden, like their guidance system or their radar system below the helicopter, like the ground detection system started telling them they had something below them, like 30 feet below them.
Okay.
When they were like 500 feet in the air. And it kept on going off. So then at the beginning of season 3, they like were going back through the footage, and there was like UAP that came across.
Oh, yeah?
Right underneath the helicopter. So then they started dropping these payloads out of the helicopter this season. They lost like a majority of them. But then some of the ones that they did get, the GPS data was all fucked up. It was showing that the payloads were going beneath the ground. It was crazy. Like, I mean, so basically, I mean, they've been able to replicate like UFO type experiences every time they launch rockets up into this area. They even took a laser and they were like they were doing it at night, and they had these guys with these telescopes, and every time they would try to slew the telescope to this specific point, the computer data on the telescopes would disappear and they couldn't slew to that spot.
Oh, really?
They could do it manually, but they couldn't do it with the computers to just lock in.
So they were able to recreate it a bit?
Yeah, and then they were shooting lasers up into that spot from the ground, and the lasers were curving every time they were going into this one certain zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's weird.
It's probably just coyote.
Well, it makes me wonder about, like, I mean, when we talk about time and place of where you can do certain things, maybe that's a spot.
It's like maybe there's a ley line or some shit like that.
It could be. I don't know.
Power underneath the ground there.
That's the other thing too. They don't know.
Magnets or some crazy
Magneto.
I mean, because the fucking magnetic pull, it's fucking massive. You get closer into the core and stuff just because of the molten. Is that what it is?
The magma.
Is it magma when it's underneath? Lava when it's out?
I think it's still. I don't know. Oh man, you're getting scientific here.
I'm trying to.
I don't know which one is which. I know it's magma, liquid hot magma, and maybe that does become lava.
Yeah, because they don't say, "Oh man, it's a magma pour." I was like, "Oh, here comes lava." And they say, "Here comes magma." So I think magma's under there
when it's under the ground. Mm-hmm. When it's still within,
and all that fucking magma that's like circling the core, like that big iron. It's probably iron or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know what the core is.
It's supposed to be iron, from what I understand.
Yeah. It's just fucking. That's what's creating all that fucking electromagnetic field and shit for us.
Yeah.
So I imagine maybe there's spots where it's just extremely magnetic. And it kind of fucks with shit. I don't know. And then it's like a source of power because, I don't know, it's energy.
Well, and they keep on getting radio frequency spike like at the 1.6 gigahertz range.
Damn.
Every time they're doing that stuff. Like all of a sudden, like their radios are picking up this crazy signal. They don't know what it is. They can't translate it. But every time they've been doing stuff like where they're getting the UAPs to appear, they're getting this radio spike.
I'm going to have to wait for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. See how much people get cancer from all those experiments they're doing. Like you shouldn't have been out there so long.
They've been getting radiation like burns. They've been getting all kinds of stuff out there.
Jesus Christ.
It's a weird thing. And so, I mean, and they've even had like this. So the weird thing about it, and I don't want to go on to this for too long, but the weird thing about it is every time they're going to do an experiment where there's other computers and stuff like that involved, there seems to be an intelligence on the opposite side of it.
Oh, really?
And it shuts the shit down. Like, it seems to know exactly what they're going to do.
I'd like to do, like, if I had the ability to learn how to do that type of shit and then be able to go do it.
Yeah.
Or know someone that can do it and then watch them because, it is a show. So you wonder how much of it is, like, the directors or the producer actually probably saying, or the showrunners or whoever the fuck. Oh, well, let's fucking tell them that there's something else on the other end of the line that's fucking us up.
Yeah. No, I'm curious about that too. I mean, I don't know, like with the reality TV stuff, like I want to believe this a little bit more, but I mean, Skinwalker Ranch was already a high strangeness location. Like there was a lot of government research that was done there for almost a decade anyway. So I would love to be present when they do some of this stuff. But I guarantee, I mean, when you're doing a show like that, when, you're putting all these things into a 45-minute episode, and it could have been 2 weeks.
Sure.
I mean, but they're just condensing it all down, right?
Yeah,
like, so
it's the nature of the thing, but luckily they're shows, and so you have a build up, because like a documentary wouldn't probably do enough. You know, it would just leave too many questions. At least there's a continuation of the show. It's at least 3 seasons, like you said, so which is kind of cool.
Yeah, because I mean, then there is a documentary. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was the Hunt for Skinwalker Ranch.
Maybe is it Netflix or some shit?
I think it was on Netflix. It may be on Amazon Prime.
Fucking Prime. Fucking Prime.
But that was done by Jeremy Corbell.
Jayco?
Jayco.
Oh, Jayco.
He's the Grandmaster Sensei Tutti Frutti.
It's gonna rain.
Yeah, buddy. We need that rain. I got like 18 inches of sand in my parking lot at work.
Jesus.
It's crazy, man.
It's blowing up onto you and shit.
This has been the windiest,
It sucks.
like, summer so far that I can remember.
It sucks. It sucks. I think my trash cans are probably fell over again. I don't care anymore.
You're like, whatever.
What the fuck am I supposed to do? Continue to keep going out there and picking them up? It's just the wind's gonna do it again.
Well, that's what we came down to, like, with the sand problem at work. It was, it keeps on drifting into our bays and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. We got to where I was like, you know what, we're not, like, I mean, clean up, obviously, but we're not going to try and do the removal of that sand until...
Sure, that makes no sense. It's like raking leaves while there's still leaves falling.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're just busy work? What you doing, man?
They're all going to be right back there in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then the way it's windy, it'll be fucking pushed up against your house or some shit. God. Well, that's a sign of something. It's like, hey, just imagine for 1 second a year of nobody here. Shit would be fucked, dude. It'd be overran already. I think there's like books and shit. I'm guaranteed there's books about this, but it don't take long, man, for shit just to take over.
Yeah, Mother Nature to come back.
Oh, dude, my house would be full of sand. I have to fucking dust and vacuum, like literally daily, or otherwise it accumulates everywhere. This is so dusty here where I live, and also 2 big dogs that come in from the dusty and the sand, and they got to shake off when they come inside. Even though you clean them up before they come in the walkway, they can't get all that shit, and they come in there shaking, and just big old clouds come out. I'm like, God damn it! And we have a swamp cooler. So that helps because it's the wet air coming in, and so it keeps the dust down. But during the winter,
dude,
it sucks, man.
So dry.
Yeah, it's so dry. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, reclaiming that shit don't take long. But
no,
that's interesting. I kind of would like to watch that. I don't know if I have Prime or not, or if it's on Prime, I could watch it. But
yeah, no, and I think that documentary they did was pretty good. I mean, it's a good way to get you hooked if you haven't looked at the Skinwalker Ranch. Like I said, I know we've talked about it on the podcast before. But
yeah, Prime's weird though. Like any of those, they give you like a free season or a free couple episodes, and you can start paying for it. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prime's the worst with that shit. At least they're big shows.
Hey,
still.
You want a hit, little boy?
What the hell is that?
I'll give you some candy.
Welcome to the Eclectic Podcast, the most eclectic podcast on the net, with your hosts Dylan, Rick, and Hans. This podcast is intended for mature audiences. If it happens to offend you, fuck off. Skynet is God.
Holy shit, it's Friday and we're actually doing an episode.
Yeah, it's sunny out too. Well, it's kind of sunny. It's kind of overcast. But we're usually nighttime bound. But.
Past tense. Yeah, no, this is kind of odd for us. We're working in the light.
Yeah, like fucking Blade and shit. We're able to, but there's not a lot we do during the day.
No, that's true.
We do all the things at night.
At night, the nighttime is the right time.
We slay the monsters.
Holy shit! Do you know how long it's been since we recorded one?
It's fucking forever.
It's been
like months.
Yeah,
it's been a long time. A lot of different circumstances, a lot of different shit happened, but yeah, either way, it's been fucking too long, man.
Yeah, been nuts. So
yeah.
So and there's a lot of stuff that we kind of were talking about before we got going here about things we want to touch on because we were supposed to do a Halo episode.
Well,
or we wanted to talk about it because I was like,
well,
hey,
if
at
it
the
was
time, it's all right.
Well, yeah, I wanted to, but I thought it would be something to talk about.
Yeah,
I didn't realize what was and we can talk about what you felt about it. I've seen one episode and that was enough. But
I finished the season.
Okay, so I know what I thought about it. I know what other people thought about it. But what do you think about it?
So here was my thing going into it. Like, I think part of my problem, and this was the thing, like, because I know you and I had talked about it a little bit. And you're like, that's absolute garbage. Like, why the hell are you watching that shit?
No, I'm dramatic. I am a little.
Well, and I get it, right? Like, and so when I went into it, I was expecting a certain amount of cheese factor in it.
Yeah.
And it did. Unfortunately, like as cool as we like in our heads, I think the series could have been.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. Like, I mean, like it felt almost like. And I was talking with Randy about this a little bit too. It felt almost like a Doctor Who kind of thing.
Okay.
Like that kind of level of cheese, right?
Sure.
And I knew there was going to be some stupid fucking sci-fi drama bullshit in it, and there totally was.
Yeah.
I guess I can't say I knew, but I was like, okay, that's where they're going with this.
Well, for one, it's Paramount, right?
Yeah. Well, Paramount, Showtime, and Steven Spielberg.
Oh, yeah.
They all had their fingers in there, right? Showtime decided they didn't want it on their network, so Paramount's like, we don't have no programming.
Yeah,
we give it to us.
There's shit and we'll charge you for shit, by the way.
And here's the thing that really killed it for me. Mm-hmm. They had, number one, the Asian girl that was on the show.
What the fuck's that about?
She had no purpose whatsoever. Like,
but she was like a mainstay, right?
She had like episodes dedicated to her.
Why?
And she did nothing to move the plot along. At all. I mean, other than she went to this planet and there were separatists there. Like, I get it. Like, as a setup in the first episode. Mm-hmm. So I think I have a few problems. Like, first off, like the first episode was kind of cool. Like, I mean,
it was pretty cool. I mean, for what it was.
I like the aliens. Like, I mean, you saw how their weaponry affected regular humans.
Sure.
And it just shredded them. Like, and I was like, oh, dude, yeah.
That's what it should be.
I think there was a point. And it may have been like in episode 6 or 7 where they showed a planet getting glassed.
Okay.
Well, they didn't show the planet getting glassed. They showed the after effects. The planet was just molten, right? Mm-hmm. And in my head, I'm like, you should have opened with that.
Yeah.
And been like, what are these things? Because they kind of just jumped in assuming that you know what the Covenant is and stuff like that.
Right.
They should have maybe kind of gone into... Because I get it, right? They were trying to show Master Chief's past. Like, fine.
Weird past.
Yeah, like they were...
A new past that's made up. Bullshit.
But that's fine. Whatever. Like, they could have done, like, okay, he got abducted. They erased his memory.
Yeah.
Because we know he was taken as a child, right? Mm-hmm. They could have done that, and that's fine. Just to give it some drama, some tension between him and Halsey.
Yeah.
But, like... they lost the fucking plot. I don't understand, like... I told Chris this, and I don't think I told you this. If they had ended season 1
mm-hmm.
with Reach getting glassed,
yeah,
dude, they would have had me.
So that Reach
hasn't gotten glassed yet.
Reach hasn't fallen.
No, not even a hint that it's going to fall.
So it's not.
Like, they should have ended, like, even if they ended season 1 mm-hmm. with like Covenant, like Corvettes and shit coming into atmosphere at Reach. Dude, I would have been like, ooh.
What about Halo? Did they go to the Halos?
They haven't gone there yet.
Why the fuck would you call it Halo if you're not going to make the show about the Halo rings?
They've shown the Halo like a couple times. Like, they've been on the planet, like, because Chief is a forerunner or whatever, or a pre-runner, whatever they
mm-hmm.
are, right? Or a reclaimer, right? That's what they called him in the show.
Yeah.
Or in the games.
Reclaimer.
He's been able to kind of like take a psychedelic trip and appear on the ring.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, is this the Flood?
No, I haven't seen the Flood yet.
Dude, what are they doing?
I don't know. And then
remember when we played Halo, the game when it came out?
Yeah.
And there was an actual Halo in it because that's the name of the fucking game. Weird. Remember the books? Halo books.
Well, and that would have been the thing, dude. And all they had to do was, if they would have modeled it a little bit more off the Fall of Reach,
fuck, it's so good.
It would have been awesome.
There's so much content. The goddamn growing up story in Fall of Reach is fantastic.
And that could have been like, they could have done season 1 as like just this is what's going on, the introduction of the world and everything, and like the Covenant are just kicking ass everywhere.
Sure.
And then done season 2 as like a backflash of Chief coming up.
Yeah, show John when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Fucking
how he got to where he was.
Yep.
I mean, and
they had so much cool things. His training montage sequences in the books, how he was as a person, his demeanor of heroism. Like he's a force that nobody can stand. Like anytime he's around, even his own Spartans, there's a different feeling because he has this aura about him.
Yeah.
He's got the luck thing and the whole thing, which is from the books, we know. And of course, they're not going to do that here. But I was just confused early on about what was going on. And then the removal of the helmet right away. And I don't like the actor they used. It doesn't seem very John to me at all. So it is what it is. And of course, the way he's acting, that's not how I know Master Chief to be, which is fine because you want to make a standalone story. But I'll never watch it because the reviews that I keep getting are don't waste your fucking time.
Yeah,
because it's not even good as a standalone story.
No, it's not. They lost the fucking plot.
Is it like it's big giant fucking corporate espionage and fucking the shit that's happening in real life? That's the shows based upon that. Like in terms of like everything's in turmoil and you have companies overseeing the government and the government doesn't have a say in this and then this person has a say in that and this is corporate politics and we're going to fucking shove it down. That's what I got from some of the reviews. It's like dedicated episodes specifically to politics in that realm.
And I think
I could be wrong.
Well, and part of that, like I get part of that because I mean, if you remember, like the Spartans were originally created to fight separatists, right? People that broke away from the UNSC, basically. Mm-hmm. That's what the Spartans were originally designed for. Just turned out that they were such badasses. And this is my other problem with like the way they portrayed the Chief. Like he's too small.
Yeah,
way too small.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're. I don't know. Did they even look at the games or the books? I'm wondering, like, out of all those people, all those minds, that someone didn't sit down and say and just look us straight at him and say, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
yeah.
Where was your checks and balances? I'm assuming it's just a bunch of people who made movies and made shows and did sound, and they came together and like, well, let's just fucking do it. Well, what's this? What's this? What's this? Well, the actors don't need to know any source material. We'll just give them the script. They fucking, who cares? They don't need to know Master Chief's backstory. Fuck. Which is why, like, I wasn't expecting Witcher-esque style of fucking storytelling and involvement based upon all the different platforms that The Witcher is on in that universe. And then when it came out, I'm like, okay, this shit ties very closely, and a lot, especially Geralt, he knows the subject material, loves the games, read all the fucking books, so he knows Geralt. So he's able to play Geralt, regardless what the script is. He's able to play Geralt using and picking
his
and
knowledge,
pulling
right,
from what he knows. It just seems like to me that when they came up with Halo, they decided, let's not taint them and give them an idea of what Halo is based upon its, 20 fucking years of content to fall back on? For fuck's sake?
Yeah.
20 years of fucking storytelling and recreations and diversions and books and fucking short stories and fucking badass animation and video games, just tons and tons of shit. They decide now all that stuff, that's fine. We know better. We're gonna come with something better than that. I don't know that you can. Like it's already been created. You gotta. To me, it's like making. I haven't seen Obi-Wan. I heard it's good, and I would like. I don't have Disney Plus anymore because you got to pick your battles, and that didn't make the cut. So it's just HBO, and that actually is making the cut after this month. I'm not gonna resub to it, but where was I going? I forgot what I was going to say.
You were talking about Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, I was like with Obi-Wan. I heard it was really good, and I want to watch it. But let's say when they made Obi-Wan, they just went in and said, okay, yeah, I know there's all this wealth, half a century's worth of wealth of information Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
That's exact. And then people wouldn't. They'd be like, "No, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we can't watch. No, what the fuck is this?" But with Halo, it's different because it's on a shit network. Not a lot of people. As big as Halo is, I'm sure that show got fucking crappy ratings, and no one watched it because who the fuck watches Halo that doesn't play the video games? That game is made for the people. That show is made for video gamers. There's no way that show doesn't get made without the video game.
Well, and I think
Right?
that show should have been made for the gamers.
But that's why it was made, because no one's going to watch that show that's never played the games, because why would you?
They tried to make it for a mass audience, which is their mistake, right? And that's why I expected some of the sci-fi drama bullshit. Or that's why I was okay with it.
Right.
Because I expected they were trying to bring in, the girlfriend, the significant other, the wife or whatever, that wanted to watch it with her husband. But they went so far astray. And I know that basically they're trying to get to the ring, but I don't understand their motives.
Of why to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, man. I won't watch it. I don't know, man. I'll just take everyone's word for it.
It's and I don't blame you. I will continue to watch it because I don't have a whole lot else to watch, so
okay.
I will watch it, but it's not like I said, I was really holding out hope that the first season, like it was going to end with Reach either getting glassed or right on the brink of it.
Well, that's a huge jump. You could do so much with the story after that.
There was, and that was the thing. Like I said, like it kind of seemed like the final episode, or not the final episode, the episode before the final episode, or whenever they finally showed that planet getting glassed, you started to feel how serious the threat of the Covenant was. And they haven't really exposed that yet. They haven't really touched on it, other than like that first episode when they're getting blasted by plasma weapons, and people are just, bleh.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, that's cool, right? Like I thought they would escalate that threat of how terrifying the Covenant actually are. And they've just kind of portrayed him as more of a nuisance, which is wrong.
How much of the Covenant do you get to see? Like more than just the elites?
I've seen brutes, seen grunts.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm surprised like they didn't have that in like the first episode. That would have made sense because the grunts would have been the ones in there first, and then the elites would have snuck in after because that's what they do.
Yep.
And actually, the brutes would have been out there too, but.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some, and don't get me wrong, I think like some of the designs and stuff like that, I love the fact like the grunts. I mean, because when we see the grunts in the game, they're little.
Yeah.
But when you think about it compared to a regular human, they're about 4 or 5 feet almost.
Yeah.
Which is right. Because Master Chief should be towering above him. Because I want to say Master Chief's like...
He's 8 something.
8 foot something, yeah.
I can't remember exactly.
So whenever he's just punching a grunt, like they should be small.
Yeah, he's like 4 feet taller.
But when you compare him to like a regular person, they're pretty terrifying, right?
No fucking crazy shit.
You know? I don't know. That's
any hunters?
Well, so yes.
Did you get to see a hunter, huh?
You get to see them kind of for a moment, and then they break apart into their worm thing.
Okay.
And they hide themselves. They kind of stow away.
Oh, okay.
And then they attack. And that was actually a pretty cool scene. And then fucking Master Chief loses his virginity to some weird blonde-haired girl.
What? Like,
it's weird, dude. Like, they tried to throw in this love story.
Why are you even entertaining a love story with Master Chief? Why the fuck? He already has a love story.
With Cortana.
With fucking Cortana. Jesus Christ, they're fucking ruining everything about it. Like, Cortana is like a revered name in my eyes. Like, it's synonymous with Master Chief's conscience. Mm-hmm. It's what keeps him in line. And he's like in love with this thing. Not in a sexual way, but he's just in love with it. And it obviously looks like someone he trusts as well, because they're created after her, after the Doctor. But what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, and that's
so weird. Why would you even entertain that? I mean, again, like you said, I guess they have to. But who wants to watch that? I don't understand. Who's like, is it a fucking little teen girl or a fucking 9-year-old girl shouldn't be watching that show? Maybe, I don't know. Not her parents, but that's who would want to see that, right? Because I don't give a shit. Who wants to see Master Chief in a love fucking story?
I don't.
I want to see Master Chief in a fucking suit tearing shit up. That's all I want to see. If you want side stories, then do that shit back on Earth with fucking, I don't know who, fucking, what's the goddamn general's name?
Hood?
No, the fucking.
Oh, Johnson?
Yeah.
The sergeant?
Yeah, Sergeant Johnson. Like he's not, he goes up in rank, right? As things go, but you do something with him. I don't know, but you could fucking Master Chief and that. Well, and like he doesn't hurt her or something because he's like really like enhanced as a human, like super strong. And
yeah, like I mean,
the semen's not going to explode on her.
And that's the thing. Like it's so inconsistent with that shit. Anyways, like it's not very good.
Well, you know, so I'm sure some people like it. I'm surprised. I'll be surprised. Do you? I don't know. Do you think? I don't know. There's be a season 2, man.
No, there is. They are greenlit season. They greenlit season 2 before they even finished season 1.
I know they're kicking themselves in the ass.
I hope
there's no way they're making money
in there. I hope somebody's getting in there and they're reworking some scripts.
How are they making money off that shit? Because the only way they make money is off subscriptions. I don't know anybody that said I need to get his fucking Paramount subscription tomorrow. I got a free week. That was plenty.
Yeah, like that's enough. Paramount ain't got shit on it for the most part.
There was something else on there that was new, and I was like, okay, not gonna. They have like Star Trek, which I would like to watch because I like Star Trek. No.
I do want to see Picard more, like see more of that series, but
yeah, I just not gonna pay.
No, I
much just to
I
watch
won't
that
pay
show.
for it either. The wife is the one that's got it. So.
Oh, well, I mean, but you are paying for it though. Same shit. Silly boy. I don't know what else, man. We make this a whole Halo centric fucking show, but we did. We have Stranger Things that came out.
So you said you finished that whole first chapter of season 4, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I liked it a lot. Okay, so my ranking of seasons are season 3, season 1, season 4, and then in season 2.
Okay.
So I guess it's 4 may even be better than 1. I think I'm giving 1 more of a nod because it was fresh and new and they were young and it was like, holy shit, we talked about this ad nauseum, so there's no reason to go through it. But just look back in our catalog. It may or may not be there. I'm not sure if it's been uploaded. But if it has, you can find it.
You can find it.
You know, it may have a weird date, but I promise you that's not when it came out. We need to figure that shit out, by the way. There's got to be a way. Long story short, I think it's on par with their shit, with the entire catalog. I did not like season 2. Did not finish season 2. Stupid, dumb plot. Did not like it. Horrible season. So I count season 2 as like worse than like a fucking daytime fucking CW show or some shit.
Yeah.
Like fuck, it's not good. And people like it, so that's fine. Good for them. But this is on par with season 3, which I thought season 3 was fucking fantastic.
It was
so much
really
fun.
good.
It was like slapstick right in your face, but it's serious at the same time. This one just carries on with that, especially with fucking Steve and fucking Tooth guy.
Yeah.
I never remember his name, but they're them bickering back and forth. So fucking.
You know what
funny,
that relationship reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of Scott Thompson and myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, because it was the older guy, right? Like in high school, that was the cool dude or whatever. Like that's what it reminds me of so much, and I have fun with that. Like the first because I told you I only watched like the first 2 episodes of the new season, and when it started off right out the gate, man, it was dark.
Oh yeah.
And that was holy shit! Like that was scary.
Yeah, this whole season this whole season's fucking dark. It's darker than the rest of the seasons combined. Like it's the darkest one for sure.
Yeah,
100%. And then once the revelations that happens, especially in the last episode of the first chapter of season 4.
Yeah,
there's some explaining that happens, and you learn some shit, and it's fucking sick.
really.
It's so cool, dude. Freddy Krueger makes an appearance. Pretty cool. Not dressed as Freddy, but he's in here.
Oh, really?
Robert Englund.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's in there. He's old, and I was like, "Is that fucking Freddy? That's fucking Freddy." I'm looking at the credits to make sure. I'm like, "Holy shit!" and this is guest starring, special guest. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool.
That is cool.
And what they did with him is super cool, and how they did it is super cool. But the big bad in this one, fucking cool, man. It's so crazy. I won't get into it because you haven't seen it, but overall, for me, the pacing has been great. Episode by episode has been really great. Even the weakest episode, was it 4? It wasn't even weak. It just was like, okay, I could have done without this and this and this. But in the final one, episode 7, it harkens back to things that I thought were just random, like, time fillers.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. And like, okay, explanations. And they're all like an hour and fucking something.
No,
long.
they're long.
Very long.
And that's probably why I've only seen a couple episodes, because I've watched them, while I've been traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've only
they're long.
seen a couple. But the thing I thought, like the thing that really strikes me in thinking about this was when you think of 11 or L, right? Like the way that season 3 ended, she seems so kind of at home and not necessarily normal. We know there's something different about her, but when she's with those guys, with her group of friends, basically, she's okay. But then you see her as this fish out of water, like in school, and you feel so sorry for her.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's missed out on so much.
And I can't. If you're on episode 2, she gets fucking crazy over there in California. Well, I ain't gonna say it.
Really?
What happens, but she gets fucking silly balls.
Well, because I just, what was it, the skating rink or whatever, right?
Oh, you saw that episode?
Yeah, where she clocks that girl with
What,
the
the
rollers.
fucking skate?
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Like, she just, and I feel so sorry for her because she doesn't have the powers.
No. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, dude, there's so much that happens and goes on. But yeah, that, I didn't want to say, I couldn't remember if that was episode 3, but that was it was guess episode 2. Yeah, that one was crazy because that's when Mike went to go visit her.
He goes to visit her.
And that whole thing with him and his old friend, it's a weird thing because you've been apart. Yeah, it's perfect. Exactly what it would be like. When you just haven't talked to a friend that you've had and they've moved away, and then you get back together and it's this kind of awkward scenario and everyone's kind of weird about it. But everything's so good. They've just done a fucking good job at pacing, and everything is done very well. And the characters are fun as always and lovable as always. And you hate fucking some of them because that's what they want you to do. They want you to hate certain characters, and you hate them, and you're like, fucking just, yeah, they do a good job of making authority very unlikable, which is so cool how they do that. But yeah, it's long, 7-ish episodes, and it sucks ass because when it ends, you're like, fucking shit. Because I wouldn't say it's a cliffhanger, but it sucks. You just stop. So if you can possibly, without getting spoilers, wait until the whole thing comes out, I would do that because you're not going to want to stop. But with the hour and some odd change fucking episodes, you got plenty of content to just creep and watch one episode a week, just like you would normally with an old school television program or fucking Prime bullshit boys crap. And then it'll be out before you know it, and you'll be right in line with fucking. You might, since you've been away and doing all your work shit, you might be right on par to catch the fucking new season. You don't have to miss anything. And that's because that last episode, like, I'm getting chills. That one probably. It was the top episode they've ever had. So,
really?
Yeah. That whole season's actually filled with like top notchers. Really, really, really good fucking episodes, man.
So, and I was kind of concerned because I saw an early review of the season or whatever. And they're like, oh, it's not very fast paced and it's not very scary, and it's kind of like a lot of show or a lot of tell and not enough show. And I was like, when I watched that first episode, I was like, this got in some shit pretty quick. Like, I don't know what they're talking about.
It's somebody who's watched it by themselves in a bad mood. They didn't watch it and fucking ready to watch Stranger Things. They sit down and were in a fucking shit mood. Like, they have to make a fucking blog.
I love the D&D guy.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck.
The dude that was like that started up the D&D like group in high school, and he's like in his third year as a senior or whatever the hell. Like,
who does he remind you of?
I don't know.
No?
Oh,
I thought you were gonna just popped out the very first time he started talking, and I saw him. Old school fucking Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey?
Yep, old school 80s Robert Downey Jr. with the hair, whole fucking nine. Maybe even fucking Encino Man Robert Downey. No, it wasn't Encino Man.
Well, he was
He was in those eras movies. What was that shit? When he was in... Was he in Genius?
No, he was in... Because he was...
He might have been.
He was in Weird Science.
Yeah, he was in Weird Science.
He was one of the bullies or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, he struck me... Like, that guy, like... Again, it's one of those things where they portrayed the character, and we all have known people like that. Mm-hmm. They portray the character as somebody that you think is going to be like just a total asshole, right? Yeah. But again, they are so good at flipping shit around where you're like, you feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah.
At least I did.
Yeah.
And you realize that, of course, it's just that angsty teen stuff. It was the same thing with when I go back to season 1 and I think about it. The toothless kid.
Yeah.
Dustin?
Yeah, Dustin.
And what's his buddy's name?
Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Like, I hated Steve.
Oh, Steve
like,
was the worst.
I hated him at first.
Yeah.
By the end of that first season, though,
yeah,
I was like, dude, Steve is badass.
Yeah, he's fucking cool. And then he just only continues to grow. And then the third season was like his fucking opus, dude. Like when he had to wear that fucking stupid sailor bullshit work shit the whole fucking season.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it was so good. So fucking
I
fun,
thought
man.
I was going to hate him so much because he started off as that 80s typical
jock boy.
high school jock boy.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, fucking Steve's badass.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just keeps getting better. What a great character that they made out of him. And kudos on the guy who plays him. I don't know his name, but he fucking does a great job, man.
Yeah.
That's fun, dude. I can't wait for you to watch it. We can talk about him, but it gets fucking gnarly. I don't know what the fuck that person you saw that review on, but it gets gnarly. And
really?
It's fucking fast paced as hell. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, it's just fucking boom, 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 boom. Maybe you'll see it after you get to like episode 4. Shit just happens, bro. To the point, I'll tell you this without spoiling anything. To the point that last episode, I'm like, all right, this last episode's long as shit. I want to say it was almost an hour and a half long, and I was looking at Jazz. I was like, you know what? They're not going to be, even in an hour and a half of a TV show, they're not going to be able to explain what the fuck is going on here. And they weren't. But they explained a lot of shit that you wanted to know this whole time. This whole series.
Yeah.
You learned shit. Like massive
like
shit.
What the fuck is going on with Hawkins? Like why it is and kind of thing?
It's getting there. They're going to get to it. But you learn a lot of shit from the season, from previous seasons, from the first season. It tells a whole big story. But everything unfolds for you like a good book, like the end of a good book where you know that there's going to be a trilogy or at least one more. It ends like where you finished it and you feel satisfied, yet you're intrigued and you're pulled and you can't wait to the next one. And so you're constantly just, waiting for that book to come out. And when it comes out, you get to, well, this is what this is like. And luckily we only have like a month to wait, but it just ends so precisely to where it's not a cliffhanger, but everything's a cliffhanger. But it's not like, oh, I'm going to crash up and then black screen.
Yeah.
But like shit happens and then it's over. And you're like, oh my fucking God, I want to know about that, everything. You want to fucking... This is why this show gets so good, is because when you switch scenes, you're like, oh, fuck, man.
You're not like being pulled down by the story that you don't care about.
No, but you switch scenes and you wanted to know more. You didn't want that scene to stop. And then immediately you're like, oh, I forgot about that shit. Let's fucking watch this. And then when it switches to something else, you're like, fuck, no, I forgot about that. They just do so good at making you care about all these different levels. Now, there are some downers and shit, but whatever. Make your own assumption about the show when you watch it. I'm here to just talk it up because I'm enjoying it. If there was points where I'm like, oh, this shit drags. I mean, I just said season 2 was garbage and I never finished it. If I don't like something, we can talk about it, but I don't have any critiques other than visual cues or I want more of this. L's who I wanted to fucking not see.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking care about it. I didn't want to see anything about a California version of L, and I fucking want to now. I was like, oh, I got fucking go back to California, see what's fuck going on. And then when Mike comes and like, what's happening? Oh, who's gonna, is the guy's girlfriend coming? All this different shit. It got real exciting, but then you're immediately thrown back into Hawkins, or to another place.
Yeah.
Have they done anything with Hop yet?
So right now with Hop, all they've done is they made the phone call because the bald eagle came.
Yeah.
They made the phone call, and she was talking about getting a loan, and then flying to Alaska. That's
Okay. But yeah, so then you want to know about what's going on with Hop, in that whole situation.
So he had to have gotten pulled through the portal. That's from what I'm guessing.
They'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll talk about it.
I mean, they've kind of touched on it where he was like there, he ran, he jumped, but they didn't make it clear if he went through or what the fuck happened. It's just like he was in Russia. I was like,
well, you don't have to worry. It'll be explained.
okay, because I love Hopper, man.
He's one of my favorite, probably my favorite. And but no, this is cool, and his whole style and his whole who he is now, so cool, dude. It's so fucking cool.
You know what's funny is watching Black Widow. It's hard for me to separate him as Hopper and the character in Black Widow.
As the fucking Red
Star, whatever he is.
I can't remember what his name is.
Or the Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
I think that's his name, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that, and then he plays that iconicness. He's very large in his stature.
Yeah,
it's just the way he presents himself in all his movies and shit. But yeah, I get it. And this one's, I don't know if have they shown Hopper yet? Have you seen him?
I haven't really like they've shown kind of flashbacks of him, but they haven't. You
haven't seen what he looks like and how? Yeah, it's crazy. It's cool. It's neat, man. Yeah, we'll have to talk about when you watch it. But yeah, if those who haven't watched it, that's a recommendation for me for sure. If Halo wasn't, Hans is still gonna watch it, which is fine. But if that wasn't your cup of tea, then you have 3 other seasons with Stranger Things, and so if you're anywhere in the realm of that, this is one of the better ones. So
you know what else I love about Stranger Things?
What's that?
As much as I really like the core characters that we've seen so far, like from the very first season, what I like is the fact that they've been able to bring in new characters and still build on top of the old characters.
Yeah.
And the new characters, like when they come in, like whenever the D&D guy, he's like, you're not going to believe me anyways.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
try us.
We've seen some shit. Yeah. What amazes me is how like that town is, because you don't think about that so much. You're just like, oh, these kids are going on these things. But that town is fucked.
Oh, it's bad.
Like proper fucked.
Yeah, and there's this season we'll get more into how more fucked it is.
Really?
There's more than just what we've been told. I won't spoil anything for you, but yeah, there's tons of more things that have been going on in Hawkins that we've seen and been told through the show, and they explain that and they talk about it a little bit.
That town is cursed as shit.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of like a Silent Hill fucking scenario where it's just like, what the fuck happened to this town?
Yeah,
like Silent Hill's the ending of it, and shit's fucked up and everything's weird. We won't talk about. I'm not trying to draw parallels with what's going on there. I'm just trying to draw what Hawkins could be in like fucking a year. Yeah. Like Silent Hill style. Just vacant, weird shit going on. Fucking crazy shit over here. Weird feelings. And then all of a sudden you see crazy shit. Yeah, I mean, this place is fucked up. All kinds of murder shit going on. And people don't know what's going on. And there's religious fanaticals all over the place. And then there's the other side where the law is just fucking nut jobs. Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy, dude. But I enjoying the hell out of it. I can't wait for the next half.
And I think part of that is part of the reason why I get drawn to it too is it somewhat reminds me of some of Stephen King stuff, because some of Stephen King stuff is really like, it's weird how normal his weirdness is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Oh, it does.
Like, it's just kind of like, this shit's been going on for a long time. Nobody talks about it, but this has always been happening, kind of thing. And I don't know. I enjoy that about Stranger Things.
It makes the particular place that it's set in, the particular point that it's set in, very weird, but it's normal to everybody. So it just seems normal, but it's that weird off-putting. And when you went to California in this new season, you get to see how really weird they are versus all these other people in California who are just living their lives. They don't know jack shit about anything. They've never fucking dealt with anything that goes on in Hawkins, you know?
Yep.
And here are these fucking veteran fucking monster fighters just fucking cruising around high school in this fucking shitty place. And when the first time she fucking lost her shit, I thought, oh, that bitch is going to get exploded.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
When she screamed and threw her hand out.
She's getting exploded.
Oh,
and then she's like, Oh no. She's make fun of her. I gotta skate for that ass, bitch.
Oh my god! Well, that was funny. I was like, she deserved it, but at the same time, I was like, damn, Elle, that was fucking.
It just shows you who she is as a person. She doesn't have those skills. She doesn't understand.
Yeah, she doesn't understand, right? She has no clue.
Oh, that bitch would have been dead. She would have killed her.
Yeah, you're right.
You've seen what happened in the past. Like
she would have killed her as soon as that first time that she did the scream and her hand outreach.
Oh yeah,
and she thought she was going to pull some Jedi fucking.
She dropped her project.
Yeah,
with about her dad.
Oh my god, and that was heartbreaking too. I was like, oh, she loves Hopper, like, because Hopper was her dad. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. That shit gets nuts over there, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it gets fucking. It gets silly. It gets fucking crazy, dude. Like, it gets next level crazy. Like, it's fucking weird. It's
really?
good. It's fun, though. It's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. That came out. You're still so far behind on The Boys. We won't even talk about that.
Yeah, I've just heard it's really disgusting. Like,
that show, all that show is just about dicks.
Well,
that entire show is just about how many times can we make people jerk themselves off, and how many times can we push the envelope of how someone explodes. It's rinse and repeat. This show, it's not a very good show. It's just entertaining to watch. So
I liked kind of the take, like whenever I saw some of the first season, like like I said, I didn't finish it.
First season's the best season.
I was watching it with the wife, and she got up until the Aquaman guy was stealing the dolphin.
Yeah.
And then the dolphin
went through the
windshield.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't, like, because that was his lover or whatever the hell that was.
I'm sure there
his love interest. Yeah. And then Homelander was a creepy fucker.
He's worse. all he does is jerk off to himself, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think in season 4. There's 4 episodes. Today, the 5th one came out, so I'll probably watch that tonight. Maybe if I get bored. He's jerking off in all of them. I'm pretty sure he's jerking off in every single episode.
Really?
Yeah, it's all he does is jerk off. And if he doesn't jerk off, someone else, he's forcing other people to jerk him off.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like he'll fuck his I'm just going to explode you. Just jerk me off. There's literally a coma scene where this girl comes out of a coma, and she's missing one arm. She has like hardly no legs. Her face is all fucked up and burnt from something that happened in the previous season. Yeah, he makes her jerk him off. Yeah.
He's just a horrible person.
He's the worst type of person.
Well, he's basically a god, though, right? He's basically Superman.
Yeah. The whole thing, there's rumors of a weapon, and that's what the main scene is. And now Soldier Boy is back, who is Jensen Ackles, who played Dean in Supernatural.
Okay.
He plays Soldier Boy in this, and he's back. I'm not giving anything away. It's all in the previews. And I like Jensen Ackles a lot, so I like that fucking show. But he's back, and he is hardcore indestructible too. So I don't know, because he was a dick fucking piece of shit too back in the day. So I think those two are going to have fun together.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be fucking fighting probably. That'd be interesting. But no, the whole episode, every episode is about how can I gross you out and how can I fucking show more penis. Like people are like, oh, this is the revolution. No, it's not. It's a bunch of people getting together and showing very little boobies and a lot of penis. And a lot of men penis humor jokes that aren't funny, that seem like they're written by girls. I swear to God, these dick and fart jokes that I'm getting from this show, they weren't written by dudes. If they were written by dudes who like other dudes. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a fuck. These are dick and fart jokes that are written by people who don't make those type of jokes.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have, horrible jokes. And the jokes are visual too. So, yeah. Just awful. However, I will say this. There is a scene, I'm not giving anything away. You know about it with the penis and the getting in the little guy.
Huh?
Okay, well, there's a scene. I don't give anything away. It's been years and you've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes.
No, it's fine.
So there's a scene where this guy, he can shrink and get bigger. He can shrink really small. Well, he shrinks really small, and then he goes inside this guy's penis and starts jerking him off from the inside. He's inside the guy's urethra.
Why?
Because the guy was horny, and that's what they do. He's like, yeah, just get in there. And he puts his dick on the table, and he's like, yeah, get in there. And then they zoom in on it, and there's this big old dickhead. And then the little guy walks in there. And then now he's inside the dick, and he's massaging the inside of the fucking penis.
Fuck.
And then he sneezes. And he goes big and rips the guy in half. He just ripped him completely in half.
Oh?
So that was that scene. Then he goes small and beats the shit out of people Ant-Man style for a little bit. And then they catch him and they throw him into a big bag of cocaine and shake him up in it when he's small. And he hardcore ODs, obviously, because he's literally the size of an ant or smaller, and he's just rolled in cocaine. So yeah, that happens. But yeah, it's a weird, dude. That's the jokes you get, and it's literally supposed to be like a joke, but it's a visual joke, and it's a penis joke. Every episode's a penis joke, and every episode is cocks this, cocks that. I want to fuck this fish. Literally, fucking a girl while looking at a fish, talking about how he wished he was fucking the fish, like why he's doing it. As an octopus, like, yeah, touch me with all your fucking tentacles, like while he's fucking this chick. And she's like, what? And he's like, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
And he's looking at his
cool.
aquarium, shit. So it's like
they're fucked up. Yeah, like I mean,
everybody in that show is a piece of shit garbage. Everybody except for some of the girls, and even they do some things. But this show is written for people who don't like men. They hate men, and they want to make fun of men, and they want to fucking just talk about how men are only about sex, and all they want to do is jerk off. I swear to God, that whoever writes this, they're fucking garbage. Horrible. But it's fun to an extent.
Yeah.
The way I place this show, I put it in the vein of I fucking don't have anything to do for an hour. I'll check it out. What the fuck else am I doing? And then when I get done watching it, I'm like, I could have done something better, I think, with my hour. But it is what it is. I don't know if you've ever seen like The League, or The Office, for that matter.
I've seen The Office.
Those shows are just stupid and boring and dumb.
They're time fillers kind of thing.
And that's all this is. It's a longer time filler with blood and guts and dicks. It is astonishing to me that there's so many dicks. And there's so much jerking off. Because nobody's jerking off like this. Like all the time. They just jerk. That's all they're doing. This show is only about jerking off. It's the weirdest thing. But it has some good parts in it, and some of the actors are good. The guy who plays Butcher, the main protagonist or antagonist or whatever the fuck he is.
Carl Urban, right?
Yeah. He's good.
Dude, the first season, like, I really liked his character a lot from what I saw.
Oh, he's this. Here's the thing. That's him. He doesn't evolve.
He's always that way.
I'm not going to shit you, dude. Beginning of season 1, you've seen the beginning of season 2. Beginning of season 2, you've seen the beginning of season 3. They're all the same. Oh, I have this drama. Now I have to handle it. Oh, I couldn't handle it. This is fucked up. I feel a little bit better. Season 2. Back into the same problem. This is fucked up. I hate this. This is why I'm mad. I feel a little better. Season 3. I feel fucked up. I hate this. Wait, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. That's all it is. It's rinse and repeat. The same problem from season 1. It's the same problem in season 3. There's no evolution in these characters. They're literally the same character every single time. It's kind of annoying. It's just like, I hate Homelander with a passion. That's what his fucking character is. He hates him. He's going to kill him. He hates him. And then he's got his guardian angels that are stopping him on the, no, you can't do that. I'm here for you. And then and even in season fucking 3 or 2, they even fucking go further in it and they hit it on the nose saying, well, he's your guardian angel. You have to listen to him. Meanwhile, we knew that because every time I got to do this. No, you can't. He's always the guy who's trying to ground him. That's fine, but it happens every other episode. It's the same. It's like they want to evolve these characters, but they don't. They stop them from evolving, and it could be by choice. And then they go back. And so every third episode It's the same fucking thing you just watched 3 episodes ago. It reminds me of a very long running. It reminds me of like a Grey's Anatomy, NCIS, a fucking CSI, all those long running shit where there's no story. The story arcs, they last a certain amount of time, fizzle out, and then just recycled and put back in for the next episode, the next season. Same shit. That's all this is, and it's a lot shorter than the others, and it hasn't built up that credibility. So for me, like I don't know that I'll probably finish this if I have time. I'll finish this season if I remember. I don't know, but it's just no development, and it just gets old. It's cool. Look at all the blood and guts. Yeah, we get it.
So I'm going to ask you this question.
No,
and I mean it with all like complete seriousness on this thing, right? Like. So when you're talking about a show like this is one of the fundamental problems that I have with modern television for the most part. Mm-hmm. You make a season of a show.
Yeah.
It was super successful.
Sure.
You don't know necessarily that you expected it to be or anything else, but you did a season. The season was complete and whole, and it handled everything within that first season.
Yeah.
It's successful. It's the same thing with movies, right? So you make a sequel. No sequel is necessary, but because it was popular, you can continue to make it.
Yeah.
Is that what this is? Is that what The Boys became? Because the first one was wildly successful. I haven't finished it, like I said, but if it was fully contained, or did they have every intention to keep on going? What, from your thoughts, from what you've seen?
The end of season 1 could have been dead. Could have been it.
Yeah.
The end of season 2 could have been it. They could have stopped and it would have been fine. They're making them to make them because they make money. There's no reason for them. Literally the same story. I can't express this more, dude. Season 1 is season 2 is season 3. There's no different.
Okay.
The only difference is maybe they have a couple new actors or actresses, and they're saying different stuff. But season 1 is at least original in the point that it has an origin story to it. But now we know these characters, and the ones that are introduced, we know by proxy because they do flashback sequences, or you'll learn who they are very quickly in like a half an episode or something. Long story short is, on that, you have, I'm going to go do something in season 1. I'm going to go do something against Homelander. And all of us have to come together to try to kill the son of a bitch because he killed my Becca. That's the whole purpose of it, is for killed his wife. Well, season 2. Got to get Homelander. Because killed my wife. Oh, something happens. Oh, this is amazing. We all knew shit was going to happen. I can't give things away. I don't want to ruin things for you. Like major plot points if you ever do end up watching all of them. Long story short, all these things happen. Season 3 comes along. Got to get Homelander. Again? Every season, that's all you do? Because literally, season 1, everyone broke up. Season 2, everyone comes back. See, into season 2, everyone breaks up, goes, I'm out of here. I'm doing my own thing. I can't do this anymore. I'm going legit. Second episode, fucking first episode in, everyone's back together. Kill Homelander. We got to kill him. We got our chance now. There's a secret weapon. There's a secret weapon in 2 as well. Talked about it. Now in season 3, there's a secret weapon. Definitely kill him. I don't know, man. It's the same fucking show. The only thing that gets me, like, draw me more is, like, I think it's the shock and awe factor. Like, oh, wow, I can't believe they're going to do that. But that shit don't work on me anymore. Now it's just a time filler. And I actually feel shittier for watching these shows because they don't go anywhere. They don't do anything for me. They just kind of piss me off at the end because I'm like, wow, it's kind of shitty writing. Extremely horrible writing and extremely horrible visuals to try to get a rise out of you. It's like if Game of Thrones was nothing at all but battle scenes.
Which is kind of cool, but at the same time, you need something else in there to keep you going.
Yeah, it would get boring.
You'd get tired of it.
Jon Snow in season 1 was like, oh, I got to get these White Walkers now, and whatever, the whole story with the White Walkers and ended weirdly. But let's just say in season 1, he found out about the White Walkers, and he goes and finds them, and then He's like, oh man, this is crazy. I can't believe it, man. What an adventure. And you're like, wow, this is crazy. They went over the wall. And holy shit, he's got the black on. This is fucking amazing. And in season 2, he leaves the black and he fucking goes and tries to do farming somewhere because he's like, I want to be a farmer now because everything's cool. Can't stop those guys. I don't even worry about those guys right now. I'm going to go farm. And then episode 1, season 2, Jon Snow's like, oh man, I thought I could farm, but I really got to go help. Back over the wall. Oh, hey, oh man, White Walkers, oh fuck shit, oh it's crazy. And then into season 2 comes along, Jon Snow's like, I'm gonna get married. Yeah, I'm getting married. And he's, I can't do the black, I'm not fucking out. And he goes to a different part of the fucking, maybe goes across seas and he's hanging out with those fucking crazies over there. And he's like, hey guys, I want to be part of you guys. And then like into season 1 is like, save for me, I gotta go back to the wall. And he goes back to the wall. Oh man, fucking White Walkers, oh shit, it's fucking crazy. Imagine that. Game of Thrones. It wouldn't have went nowhere. It would have fucking stopped. That's what The Boys is. It is literally the same shit, the same group of people doing the same shit. No change, no deviation. Oh, you learned something new. Nah, it's boring. It's fucking stupid. As I'm talking myself out of watching the garbage. But long story short, it was good. It's steadily getting worse. And I'm convinced that the writers' whole purpose is to slap men in the face for being masculine. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like a masculine slap. Like, too masculine, and we're going to bring you down a peg. And by bringing you down, we're just going to make you look like complete idiots. Because apparently you've been making girls look like idiots this time. So now we're going to make you look like idiots. Even though I think writers and directors and shit and the fucking producers are probably all dudes who are probably white knights, or they secretly want to just jerk off everywhere. I guess. I don't fucking know. I hate it, dude. Every scene, I'm not fucking bullshitting you. Anybody who's listening right now, if you fucking seen it, you fucking can co-sign this shit. I don't know when the fucking scene changes if there's going to be a fucking dick out. I don't know. I just don't know. And if you were to say, scene change, there's going to be a dick, if you kept a tally, you'd be a fucking head of that tally at the end of the goddamn night watching that show. Because there'd be more dicks in scenes than not dicks in scenes. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculously stupid. And this new season they did above and beyond anything I could ever imagine possible in this fucking world for no reason other than just shock and awe.
Speaking of cocks,
cock of the walk.
Did you see Top Gun Maverick?
No, I want to.
It's good.
I heard it was.
So I've got to say this, like, as much as like Ghostbusters Afterlife, I love that. Like, considering it's a reboot sequel kind of thing.
Yeah.
As good as that one is, Top Gun Maverick is right. Well, I won't say it's as good as Ghostbusters Afterlife, but they nailed it. Like, nice. They did such a good job.
I heard, man.
And that the flights and all that shit.
Yeah. Did you go see it in theaters? Obviously, right?
I did. Yeah, I did. I wanted to see it on the screen, a big screen before.
It's Paramount, isn't it?
Yes.
Fucking bitches.
It's Paramount. So
if I want to watch that show at home, I'm gonna have to fucking maybe get a free trial again.
Who knows? And I will say this.
Probably on Amazon, I bet you.
Tom Cruise introduces it. Well, he probably won't when it comes to video, but...
Oh, because it's a theater.
Yeah, Tom Cruise introduces it and thanks everybody for going to the theater. It's the first time Tom Cruise looked old.
Really?
Yeah, he finally looked like he was like 60 in that.
He's getting older.
Yeah.
But then you watch the movie. And
then you watch the movie and you're like, fucking, he's like 38.
Makeup time, baby.
He's like 40.
He's clear. He went ultra clear ultra, right?
He dyed his hair.
Isn't that what they call it? When you go clear ultra or some shit?
Sure.
And his fucking...
his Scientology?
He went fucking uber clear. I'm full clear.
I'm full clear.
Me and Travolta are clear.
We're clear.
We have clear anal juice.
We're like fucking level Theon, whatever the...
Yeah.
Thalon, whatever levels are like off the charts.
What if they jerk off into volcanoes and shit? It's for you, Xenon. Or whoever that guy is.
Xenu.
Take my load.
Yeah, dude, but it was bad.
I heard it was, and I want to fucking see it, but I won't go. I probably won't go to the theaters for it.
I made the wife watch the first one.
You have to, right?
Well, I was like, we've got to watch the first one if we're going to go see the second.
Okay, I was make sure you watched it first, because then that'd be a letdown.
Yeah, and it's so gay.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's homoerotic is crazy.
Yeah, I still like the movie and everything, but I'm like, I was sitting there and I was watching this, and you were in the military. You can tell me how true this is or not.
Mm-hmm.
They debriefed them after a mission in the fucking locker room.
That would only happen in your basic points, it would never happen in anything after your fucking basic training shit. And that was a flight school.
But they were already pilots. Like, I mean...
It's still a fucking flight school.
So you think that would do that?
It could happen in a fucking... It won't happen.
I'm like, because I'm sitting there watching this, I'm like, in real life, I'm like, they're in the fucking locker room.
Yeah.
All the guys are sweaty and wet and half naked with towels on, and they're getting their asses chewed by the commanding officers for shit they did during the mission. I'm like, you'd probably go into like a debriefing room after washing up or whatever. That's what I would imagine in my head. Like, it would be like a meeting type of thing. Like, this is how we're going to do this. I'm not going to go into the fucking shower and be like, hey, everybody huddle up.
Yeah. So that happened in basic to me.
Okay.
Where the fucking door flew off the hinges in the bathroom. Oh, it fucking flew off. The door just went fucking flying across the shower. It's a big open shower.
Yeah.
It was like, boom! What the fuck is this shit? And then here comes this fucking Drill Sergeant Barry, big old dude, who got kicked out for rape, fucking raping a girl. But long story short, big old giant black dude. Fucking massive man. Scary motherfucker. Yeah, we're all in the shower, and he comes in there. And he fucking smokes us, man. Tries to fucking do calisthenics and shit. I'm like, no, I'm not doing fucking jumping jacks on this motherfucker. I ain't floppy dicking around with all these. Dude, there's fucking 10 of us in the shower. And they gonna have us doing that shit. So instead, he tried to make us do push-ups. Like, now my dick's on the fucking floor. Nasty motherfucker. Guess what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That dude literally was fighting people and raping people. But never happened again. As soon as he got out of that, shit don't happen. So that was a training situation, but those are all established officers.
Yeah, they're officers.
Who went through flight school already. Yeah. This is just a Top Gun program. That shit would never fucking happen in a million years. And if the motherfucker went into that locker room, it probably was just to fucking do some blowies or something, because that's the only reason that dude was going in there.
Well, and I was just thinking about that, like, just reflecting back on that as an adult. As a kid, I didn't think anything of it, right? I'm just like, oh, that's how it is. I'm like, as an adult, I'm like, that would not happen.
It's so
and then every chance they get, like, they're always sweaty and wet.
Always.
Like, in the first one, they're always sweaty and wet.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise is in his underwear as much as possible. And, like, his most commonly used scene, like, whenever they show him, he's always just... He's pensive. Like, he's always biting his jaws.
Yeah, you can see his cheek bones.
Like,
massive jaw bones.
That's how he acts.
Yeah.
And fine, right? Like, I'm like, at this point, Tom Cruise, he plays Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
That's okay. This new one, though, awesome. And he does play Tom Cruise, and it's Tom Cruise. But at least he's not flipping half naked all the time.
Yeah, but it's Tom Cruise. And, like, there's not a lot of bad Tom Cruise movies, dude.
No, there's not.
Matter of fact, I don't know that you can name one, honestly.
The thing I think that is funny is, and I mean, talking about this like now, the amount of people that I've talked to that I'm like, I'm going to go see Top Gun, the amount of older women that are like, oh, I want to see that. I'm like, I'm thinking back, I'm like, they all had like little fantasies of young Tom Cruise back in the day.
Back in the day.
But I guess he was probably their age too, right? Like, I mean, because he's old now. They're old.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That was their beefcake.
Yeah, risky business era, dude.
You can't tell me, though, that the fucking women back then were not going to go see that movie because of Tom Cruise, and the men were going to go see it because of the military, the jet, and all that stuff, right?
And Tom Cruise.
Like, and Tom Cruise. Like, I mean, so I guess that's the thing is, like, he was a sex symbol.
When was he not?
Well, I guess, like, maybe I never put it together because, like, in my mind, like,
he's always been
like Tom Cruise, right? Like, I mean, he's always been pretty badass.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, he's been... The dude's been in the fucking... He's been like Arnold style. But he like outlasted Arnold in terms of blockbusters, dude.
Oh, dude, he's... And when he makes more action films now than...
It's insane.
And he's old. Like, they showed the preview for the next Mission Impossible. Dude, I'm like, I want to see that shit.
Dude, the last one was fucking dope.
Oh, dude, Henry Cavill was in that last one, wasn't he?
So goddamn good.
Dude, he has, like, Mission Impossible 1... Awesome. Like, especially for the time.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2, that's probably the worst one out of the series. Because John Woo did not know what the fuck he was doing, right?
Yeah, that was weird.
It was totally weird.
That was the extreme face changes in that one, huh?
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds was like a new mask was coming off or something.
And then it was like John Woo was like, oh, and then doves are going to
Yeah,
It was like,
of course.
It felt like Face Off.
Right? Yeah, like it was Face Off continuation style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, that was John Woo's interpretation of it. But once Mission Impossible 3 came out, because Philip Seymour Hoffman in that fucking thing, he was such an awesome bad dude.
He was great.
He was intimidating.
Oh, yeah. Was that line? I want you to hurt him. I want to hurt him real bad.
Yeah, whenever he's like, and he's just so calm when he says, he's like, I'm a finder. I'm a herder.
Yeah.
Like when he delivers that line, you fucking believe it.
Yeah, that was a good movie, dude. Fuck, those are solid. Even that second one it's still worthwhile.
When we just started watching him again because I told my wife, I was like,
good.
We got to start going through him again because when this new one comes out, like I want to be up to speed. And so like, because it's, dude, how long? First one came out in early 2000s.
I don't know, maybe, yeah.
90? No, it was 97 or 98
It was high school.
when the first Mission Impossible came out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This is 2020 fucking 2, and this new Mission Impossible. This is part 1 of a 2-part movie.
God damn, he's just fucking doing it, huh?
Yeah,
How about Henry Cavill in that fucking fight scene in the bathroom?
dude, that was Cavill's a beast, and I thought Cavill was going to be the bad guy because they kind of portrayed him as that guy, but then he was like the good guy. I was like, because I like Henry Cavill, but yeah.
He fucking, I don't know what he had to fucking cock his fist though. To reload his fist, he's like fucking whap whap. I was like, what the fuck? He just loaded his fist or some shit.
He just cocked his shit up.
He's about to go wreck fucking Lil Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm. That's when he had to. That was the problem with
mustache.
Justice League was the mustache.
The mustache,
thing,
the infamous fucking mustache, man.
Yeah,
fucking turds.
Top Gun Maverick. I recommend it. It's such a great done story,
I definitely want to see it.
It's also not very original, and I want to talk to you about it after you watch it.
What do you mean? It's like the first?
No,
because I heard it's like very much like the first movie.
So, but there's a lot of things that it touches on from the first movie, which is nice, right? Like, I mean, it's got the nostalgia feelings without being totally nostalgia. But there's a movie that's very popular that you and I both like that you can be like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I'm not going to say anything until you see it.
No, I'm hoping I can catch it. If not, I'll look silly on the podcast. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see it.
Oh, dude, don't worry, you'll spot it.
Okay.
I don't think you'll be like, I didn't pick that up at all. I think you'll be like, I've seen this movie.
But is it a nod, or is it just like, we made a movie and it maybe is just like the other movie, but we're not going to
No. Like, I mean, it's just, you got it.
Okay, well, I'll check it out.
You've got to see, because I'm like, I wonder what you're going to be like. It still works, though. That's the thing. I think that's great about it. You're like, okay, it's fine, but yeah, it's fine.
All right. No, I'll check it out eventually, because the first one, I loved the first one, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's other bullshit.
I finally have kind of broadband internet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I wanted to bring this up because I think people have a lot of misconceptions about Starlink, and that's mainly because of Elon Musk. Let's say, right? Because what did he tell us? Gigabit speeds.
Yeah, I don't know that if he ever said when you would get that though.
No, and that's the catch, right? Like maybe eventually when
set up infrastructure for that shit.
When he gets enough satellites up there,
that's the satellite. Yeah.
But I will say this: like Starlink, there's some really cool things about it. It's easy to use, plug and play. If you asked me today, do I want Comcast or do I want Starlink? Like if I had the choice at my house, I would take Comcast all day long.
Okay, why?
Biggest reason why is because the speeds on Starlink, although I've never really seen them below 20 meg, they fluctuate wildly. And your ping fluctuates wildly too.
It's bad for gaming, especially if you're doing like fighting games or any RTS.
Well, and it's from one moment to the next.
So you never know.
You never know because those satellites are constantly moving, right?
Right.
So sometimes you'll have like 3 or 4 moving across what they call your cell. And you're like, oh my fucking God, I'm getting like 220 meg down. I've got like a 30 megabit or a 30 millisecond ping. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Like, I mean, but that's considering it's beaming from my house up to space, back down to a ground station, then back up into space, and then back down to my house, right? Like, you're like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
However, like, those satellites went by already. and now all of a sudden you're like 20 meg, 200 millisecond ping,
Yeah.
and then your upload speed went from maybe it was 20 down to 5.
Yeah. Just the infrastructure ain't there.
No, not yet. I mean, he keeps on launching more, and I do believe, like, I mean, with what I've seen, if he can get as many satellites up as he's claiming he wants to get up, I think he'll get there.
How much did he say? Tens of thousands
It's
or
like
some
60,000 fucking satellites he wants to get up there. And right now he's got like 2,000.
Well, we'll see, because there's a lot of stuff going on that
Well,
requires
China's like, we're going to take his satellites out of the sky.
Yeah. I mean, and then that who's and then who owns space? Like, he is like it's like fucking The Last Frontier. It's fucking Star Trek callback, but it's like who owns space? I guess because your name's on something that's floating around in space that is not actually occupied. Like, you can't own that space. So, like, if I went up there, I could put my satellite up there.
Yeah.
And I could take someone else's down.
I think the cool thing about... So, and here's my sci-fi mind with it when I think about it, right? Like, when you talk about, this constellation of satellites, and you hear him talking about wanting to go to Mars and stuff like that, that's how you're going to have internet on Mars. And that's how you're going to beam the ship from here to there.
Sure.
Like, they'll probably launch with a constellation of these things ready to go.
I think it has to be. I mean, the logistics behind fucking Mars's gravity and figuring out how you're going to fucking keep something in orbit, how you keep something from not falling too fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird concept, but that's kind of what it is.
That's exactly what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
All those things they're doing are falling, but they're falling at such an angle that they always just kind of stay
They
up.
just stay in the corner. They just stay around the orbit. But with Mars having less... How much smaller is Mars?
I don't think it's necessarily that it's that much smaller, but the gravity's less because of the distance from the sun. And it may be a little bit smaller.
I think Mars is a lot smaller, right?
Because I want to say it's like 2/3 Earth gravity
Yeah, something like that.
on Mars.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, that's cool. And of course, they're going to have to do that, to set up. Because you can't have the Martian scenario, right? Where you just don't have access to talk to somebody for however many minutes or hours.
And you don't have that time to lay all the cables and all the shit that we have here on Earth.
No, it's
you don't
impossible.
have that time. So you got to have just something that you can get airborne right away.
So then you can get real-time feedback and you can start terraforming
Immediately.
and doing what you need to do. And even Elon even said it, like, there's one way to do it. Is to just nuke the poles.
Yeah.
We'll fucking make that planet hot.
We'll get water going again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think Starlink is cool, and I'm glad that it's out there, because otherwise, dude, I told you, like, I was getting 1.5 meg down, not even a meg up with my DSL, and like I was paying $130 a month for that shit.
Because I was the only one available. It sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. It's just not there yet,
No.
And even for, I imagine the closer you get to the poles, the probably better it works.
Maybe.
Because your direct lines to satellite is much shorter. Because there's, right? Would be the equator? I don't know. I'm going somewhere with it, but I don't know where it is.
I don't. If you ever get a chance, you can look up. I think it's on.
It's got to be North Pole because it doesn't spin as much.
I think it's Starlink XS.
Okay.
You can see all the satellites moving all the time.
Oh, okay.
They give you real time data on how the satellites are moving.
But imagine if there was like 80,000 or 60,000 of those satellites. Imagine logistics of just trying to get out without fucking running into one.
You would think, right? But supposedly they're smart satellites and they have their own boosters or some shit. They can navigate out of the way of stuff. So he could literally make them make windows for things to launch through, I'm sure.
It reminds me of some show like that I saw. I don't know what it
Fucking
was.
Spaceballs. No.
I mean, maybe it was in there.
Remember they had the shield around? They would open it up.
So yeah.
Suck, and then she takes the vacuum and sucks it up to it.
And then they reverse it and
She's
I'll
gone
go.
from suck to blow.
She's got from suck to blow. No, it was a movie where they were like trying to break through these shields. And it was just a shitload of, maybe it was Star Wars.
Rogue One?
Might have been Rogue One, where it was a big shield, but it was satellite linkage. But no, it was
Well, fucking Guardians of the Galaxy do that shit.
That's what was Guardians. Yeah, that's what he's
Because
trying
they all
to do.
come together and they like
Yep.
form that grid thing.
Yeah.
When you look at his fucking cell patterns, that's what it reminds you of. Because they're octagons, all of them are, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And those satellites just move through all those grids. And the way he's got it set up, it looks like this crazy spiral.
Really?
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, check it out on there.
I will.
It's interesting to see those paths.
Good old Elon.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. Yuck. Miss Ricky. Talked to Ricky in a while.
Ricky
Well,
Gervais.
those of y'all went through the whole episode and didn't notice Rick was here. Not here. Shame on you, you fuck nuts.
Yes, sir.
It's early Friday. Well, Hansi got off early.
I ran away, so.
We're kind of solo queuing it instead of solo queuing it, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any new shit and new movies and anything. It's fucking touched on all that. The world sucks.
Yeah.
Talk about all day long. Shit's fucked.
Nah, I figured we'd talk about things a little bit more fun.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that's all I got, man.
I think I do too. I mean, we did it about an hour and a half, so I think we're good.
We got any new shows coming up? New movies that you're thinking about?
So new movie stuff that's coming up. So we did start watching Miss Marvel.
Oh yeah. I don't have Disney Plus either.
We're 2 episodes into that. I think it's kind of reminds me of the very first Spider-Man No Way Home or Homecoming.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that kind of a feel a little bit with the visual style of it. But it's a little bit more angled towards teens and Muslims.
Well, yeah, that's who she is.
But no, and I think that's fine because it kind of actually the thing I find most interesting about it is I don't know a whole lot about the Muslim faith, and that kind of gives it does a good job of taking that whole idea of the radical Muslim and just kind of being like, no, they're just people.
I mean, there is radical Muslims.
There are, and there's radical Christians and
Radical everybody's. But
so I mean, it's good. I think good in that regard.
is she super angsty, fucking always on her fucking phone, bullshit, teenage
She's
bullshit?
on her phone a lot.
She is in the comics. That's all she does. That's all she fucking does is just post fucking TikTok shit all fucking comic book long. She gets done with the fight. She's like, fucking throws up the peace sign and shit. And she's taking a picture of the bad guys behind her while she's. I fucking will not watch that show. By the way,
She so far it's
fucking
been
stupid Bindi bitch. I hate that fucking character.
it's been mainly like she's like just the way because she's always texting and stuff, right?
Of course, that's her fucking persona.
But I like the way that they integrate like the environment with what's going on with the text. If that makes sense.
Is it Scott Pilgrim style?
Kind of, yeah.
Unoriginal pieces of shit.
That's kind of, and that's why I was saying it kind of reminds me of like Homecoming, where it's kind of like that. Well, even Homecoming wasn't like that. It's more like Scott Pilgrim in that sense.
Yeah. Is her Captain Marvel fangirl shit shown?
Yeah, like that's first episode. Like she's all about Captain Marvel. Like she wants to be Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's her whole backstory.
And then she gets her power inadvertently.
Is she Bindi?
She's not bendy.
What the fuck?
So it's weird, right? Like she can't stretch her arms or anything like that. She's not fucking what's his face?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic. She's not Mr. Fantastic. What they gave her instead was hard light.
Why?
So
'Cause
she can create like platforms underneath her feet and stuff like that and run in the
Yeah.
air, and she can like extend her hand out where it's where you would think like the bendy thing, but what it is it's like light that comes out from her hand that hardens.
You think it's because they couldn't do it cool? They couldn't make a stretchy person like that?
Well, and I think within the MCU, especially if they're going to have a Mr. Fantastic,
They will, because that fucking show, that movie
Yeah.
definitely will happen.
they already showed him.
Oh, he's in that?
He was in Doctor Strange,
Oh, yeah, the madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So they've already shown him, right? This one, like, and I think that's why probably within the MCU they're like, we already got a stretchy guy. We don't need a stretchy guy.
Yeah, I mean, that show is definitely for kids and shit, but whatever. I mean, I heard it was pretty decent. I don't know, man. That whole, the phone, the fucking gotta phone everything. It just that shit ain't for a fucking 42-year-old.
No, and I think it's totally geared towards like teens.
Should be, and I hope they have fun with it. She's a cool character in terms of her backstory, but I hate that she's bendy. I hate her fanfare love bullshit for Captain Marvel, who, by the way, I like Captain Marvel in everything except for the movies. Stupid, but the movie's actually not even that bad. But I'm a big Captain Marvel fan. In comic books, I have a fucking shitload of her books. Really rare books too. It's kind of a weird thing to hold on to. I don't know why I like her comics. They just do a good job. It's not all of them, but some. But her fucking bullshit her antics I don't like, but her backstory is cool, and she's grounded, and she's a very rooted person in terms of her ability to just be a random kid who gets powers.
Yeah,
Well, it's not like Shazam style, but kind of. If Shazam was a Muslim teenage girl, it might kind of be like that. I guess I don't know, but
I'd say overall, I think it's worth a watch. I think teens, because I was asking Melissa this the other day. I was like, has Taylor, have your nieces watched this? Because I think they would love it. Mm-hmm. Not that I find it entertaining enough, but it's not geared for me.
Sure.
It's geared for those girls and stuff like that. And I think that's what's great about it. And then, like I said, the cool thing for me is that it's giving me kind of an outlook on Muslims that I have never really seen before in Western cinema or Western television or anything like that. So
that's cool. I mean, that's a different take on it. I mean, look, if you want to watch a show for you, then you watch The Boys, man. It's all about.
I need to watch Stranger Things. That's what I need to watch.
You fucking do now. That, yeah. You definitely got to watch that.
I need to watch.
You need to go home and watch that shit tonight.
Maybe I will while I'm doing some laundry. I'll go home and I'll... Man, can you tell how exciting I am? I'm going to go home and I'm going to do laundry.
Do laundry? I mean, it's human. We all have to do laundry or we stink.
Yeah.
So
we stink, and I go home and I speed test my Starlink all the time.
You try to be happy with it, but yeah, that's all I got, man.
Anything else you're looking forward to?
No.
Television-wise?
Zero things, man.
Thor: Love and Thunder is coming.
Actually, pretty excited about that, I guess.
I think that looks good.
Saw some of they had a trailer. I didn't watch it, but I just saw some of the screenshots, and it looks like they're doing a montage situation with him getting into shape.
Yeah,
I fucking love that. I love that style that they've put him with James Gunn.
Yeah,
what he's done with Thor is make that character better.
Incredible.
Way better. Like the first Thor was like, oh, he's just this brooding guy, and then the second one was the one with Loki and shit, and then it was like kind of crazy or whatever. But then interjected in there with all the other Marvel stuff, he just slowly turned him. And then in the newest one, not Love and Thunder or whatever, but the one before that, the Ragnarok with James Gunn. They're like, oh, this is actually how.
No, Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, James Gunn did Guardians, which fantastic shows too. But I was like, wow, what a way to fucking. He wasn't a dying character, but what a way to take this character and create something new for everybody, and people still like it, even though you have the fat suit thing. And I thought that was kind of stupid how they did that. But if they're going to carry on with that same fucking ultra colorful light shit, they can do a fucking music montage, all that 80s style, and it would be fucking dope.
Yeah, I mean, when you go back and you watch Thor 1 and 2, there's moments where some of that humor is kind of in there.
Yeah.
But you don't realize how good Hemsworth really is with the comedy.
Yeah.
Until Ragnarok. And then when they do it, you're like, dude, he is good for comedy.
It's fucking great.
He's perfect at it.
Of course he is, cocksucker. What else does he need?
Yeah, I'm like, what, dude? That guy, there's nothing he can't do.
All the girls love him. All the guys want to be him, and literally all the girls like, he's just a teddy bear. He's so funny. He's so fun. Yeah, sure.
And he looks like a fucking Greek god.
Yeah, goddamn. Well, he's funny, man. He's a good character. I'm excited for that. So that'll be coming here this year, I think.
Yeah, that's this next month.
Is it
July? I think.
I forgot it was summer. Fuck, dude. All the blockbuster shit's gonna start coming out.
Yep.
There's some video game news and shit. I guess we can touch on real quick before we bounce out. The Street Fighter 6, of course, they had a leak, and the Street Fighter just came out and said, "Fuck it, here's the roster," basically. And there's tons of new characters. There's a couple new characters that we don't know anything about. New old characters redesigned. Things like Ken. He got divorced, let himself go, so he's kind of
Fat Ken.
He's kind of fat Ken, depressed Ken, like he's all fucking disheveled and just like whatever. Kind of life's out of sorts. It's like you have a new version of a character that people love. Ken's one of the most beloved characters in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Outside of Ryu, I mean, just there's no. But long story short, that's coming out next year because that State of Play came out and it was fucking the best State of Play I've ever seen. Period, bar none. And it was short and to the point, and it had the fucking action and the cool shit. So next year we'll get the new Final Fantasy 16 next year. No remake part 2.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 7 remake part 2. So they're thinking we might hear something about it coming up in the next couple of weeks.
You think of it like at E3. Was E3 canceled?
I don't know. It might be online only. I don't know.
Okay.
But if we don't hear anything, you can expect a 2025 probably release for that.
For fuck's sake.
I mean, they've been working on this. It's all a whole new engine. It looks fucking dope. I can't wait to play it. I love Final Fantasy. And that last game was really fun, if not muddled, but story. It was still fun. But outside of that, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on in terms of the video game world that people are just exploding over. There's a couple new games that came out and they came and went and they were just blah. People were excited and then they weren't. You know, there's nothing very good. Yeah, I mean, outside of Elden Ring, which universally people are starting to call the greatest game ever made, and I can see why. It's pretty.
I just don't know if it's for me.
It's pretty massive. It's pretty epic. It's a single player game that you can have options of co-op if you want to. No microtransactions, no bullshit. No, we're fixing this and this will be in the game. Don't worry about it. It was a 100% complete game when it came out. It's one of the most massive games that's ever been made. And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And people love it. The story is fucking makes no sense, but it's a Dark Souls game. Those stories are stupid as fuck. So there's that. And outside of that game, I mean, shit's just coming and going right now. You know, just whatever the top of the leaderboard on Twitch is, people play it and get a little bit of views, and then when it's shits, they play something else. Valheim is supposed to start coming out with some more updates for their game, which is good because I still like that game. I was having the fucking Cyberpunk itch lately, but then I keep thinking about starting over, and I'm like, I don't know.
Have they done any DLC yet? I mean, I know they've done DLC, but I mean like actual standalone stories DLC.
No, they put all that shit off until I think they fix it completely. But I think that it's coming probably next year.
They've got to be pretty close to being done with the patches.
But, I mean, if you can get a hold of that game now, you're probably solid.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably, I mean, it's not, because it took me years before I played The Witcher. But Witcher 3, like when I finally played that, it was solid.
Oh, yeah, dude. I never played Witcher 3 when it was first come out. I wasn't on my radar to worry about it.
That's something to remember now from CD Projekt Red. Anytime they release a game, you wait like 4 years.
And it gets fucking amazing.
Yep, and then it gets, wow.
And it stays amazing for a very long time. I don't know. But outside of that, I don't know, man. I mean, you know, there's...
Have they said any word as to when they're going to release the update of Witcher 3 with some of the stuff from the TV show?
I don't know. I'm not up to date on that shit, man.
I'm not either, but I'm wondering if they're going to import. They're going to give you an option to play as a Henry Cavill skin.
Maybe
that'd be badass.
It would be. It would be cool. It'd be not worth replaying the entire shit again.
No, that's a lot.
But it'd be cool to maybe just take an old game save if you can and reskin them and just kind of see what they do. But I don't know if they do his voice or not. If they, I doubt they're going to go. Henry
I don't know if they'd go that far. They'd probably, if they do another Witcher, which I know they are working on one, that would be the bee's knees, and I guarantee Henry Cavill would be down.
He would be down, but I don't know if he would want to take that role because he really likes the voice actor and shit from the game. Can't remember his name, but
because he modeled a lot of his voice after him.
Yep. After that, and the guy who reads the audiobooks and plays Geralt in the audiobooks said those two, they fucking nailed it. So I just did both of them. And the way he's talking, he's like, I just did my regular voice because I'm British, and then I started a little bit gravelly in there, and then I threw a draw, and then he's like, you watched him in an interview just morph into fucking Geralt. I'm like, God damn it. Would it be fucking crazy to be like just a fucking good actor just to do shit like that? Just fucking your whole life you've just been pretending and shit. Yep. You're just good at it, man. Fucking crazy. But
well, and that's what happens with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I swear to God, that's why they're bad shit, man.
Fuck, dude. What a fucking shit show that was. Like, it was just amazing to fucking see some of the shit. She is a fucking Looney Looneytonville.
She epitomizes that hot, crazy curve, right?
Oh, she's a nutball. Dude, what the fuck? She is crazy as shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's a fucking... He modeled his life after fucking one of the most well-known drug addicts in the history of the world. Fucking the Fear and Loathing guy.
Yeah.
And he did that video, and now, like, they were best friends, and that's how that's him. He took over that guy's persona. Like, it's weird. I don't know, that guy's dead, but he probably was, like, way too fucking drugged up to care. But, yeah. So, yeah, what a bunch of weirdos. Like, he's almost British, but he's from Kentucky. I don't know. All right, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp. I don't know, you fucking weirdo. But what a fucking nutball shit that was, right? Every fucking clip that came out of that was just mesmerizing. You couldn't believe the shit was going on. It just goes to show you, they're popular. That's why they had this fanfare. But it just goes to show you that if you have a lot of money and you're famous, then you won't get fucked in court by a woman. Precedent has been set. However,
you've got to be, the public's got to love you.
That's what I'm saying. If I go to court in the same scenario,
you're fucked.
I'm going to get fucked. She's still got like fucking $2 million. I don't know for what. She lost everything, but she still got $2 million, and she has to pay him, I think, 10 out of the fucking 50 that he requesting. So, long story short, out of all that was what a spectacle that was, and I think it was so big too because everyone is just so sick and tired of the nonsense that's going on in our other world. You know what I mean? With the politics and fucking COVIDs and fucking and the thises and the that's and the coins and fucking and the gas, and so like that was like reality television.
In reality,
in its fucking finest, you know, with legit reality, you know, fucking witnesses and people are on the stand are fucking cracking jokes back on the lawyers and shit. I'm like, this is fuck great. Lawyers don't know what the fuck they're saying half the time for Amber Heard. They're fucking up, and they're like, the witnesses are correcting the lawyers. Like, no, this is what you mean to say. Oh yeah, sorry. Like, what? You're a shit show. She's a shit show. Johnny Depp's just fucking doodling the entire time, eating candy, doodling, high-fiving, fucking joking. It was insane fucking reality, bro.
Well, but he may have saved his ass with that thing, because from what I'm hearing is that Disney's going to give him back Jack Sparrow.
He never should have not had it.
No, I agree completely.
Lying ass
but
bitch.
I think the thing is you saw the outpouring of support from men and women for Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Because they were like, she's bad shit.
You don't see that? Yeah.
Fucking, and if you don't see that, you're fucking whack-a-mole too. But like, I don't know. I've yet to meet anybody that was like, Amber Heard was the victim. No. I haven't met anybody.
There are some of them.
That bitch is crazy.
Oh, she's out of her mind. She's out of her fucking mind. Crazy. And they're literally filming themselves do all this shit and recording themselves.
And don't get me wrong, he's about as loony as a fucking tune as well. But
of course,
what the fuck do you expect? He's been acting since he was like 14, whatever the fuck he was.
He is one of the biggest actors in the ever been.
Yep.
More people know Johnny Depp than most actors ever. Period. Live or dead.
He's another one like Tom Cruise, right? Where there's this outpouring of people that support him, that like him.
Yeah.
And it runs the gambit from young kids to old people.
Yeah. I think the gap bridge is, you have people who grew up with him on 21 Jump Street, and then you have people who grew up with him
as Jack Sparrow.
And then you mix those two worlds together, and in between there is a fucking catalog, Tom Cruise-esque style of blockbusters that guy's put out. From fucking voice acting too. Just nuts, the shit he's done. But that's what it is. That's why I think he's so beloved, is because of that Jack Sparrow shit. Because those movies are fucking good. You want to go watch a movie right now and you don't have nothing to watch, you ain't seen one of them in a while, pop fucking, and you got a weekend to blow. Well, go watch the third one is the worst one out of all of them, but go watch them. They're fucking good.
How many do they have now? I don't even know.
I think it's just 3, right?
I think it's like 5.
No, not unless they did something without him. Just like with Orlando Bloom solo and shit.
I don't know how many they have, but I'm like confused on how many Pirates of their movies there are.
But either way, like they changed everything in Disney for him. And that was one thing too, like when the whole shit, when he was canceled, they still had all that same shit up in Disney. Like it was still his face and everything. So they hadn't taken him out completely.
Yeah.
And now he gets to come back and be Jack Sparrow, which is going to be his most iconic role. I mean, those movies are fucking cash grabbers. You will fucking make massive amounts of money, right?
Oh, for sure.
One. And especially with Jack Sparrow coming back after all this bullshit.
Oh, after this, like the fever to see Jack Sparrow in a role, they want to do it.
Disney and their woke culture, which got slapped in the face in Florida when the governor told them to go shove it up their ass, and now you're going to pay taxes like everyone else.
Yep.
Your deal that we had is over because you guys are fucking stepping over lines. So now you're fucking just like every other business around here. You got no fucking longevity deal. You're going to have to pay the same amount of taxes everyone else does. And then all of a sudden Disney's like, oh, we are going broke. We're going woke. It's the new guy they got up there. He's not new. Their director of operations or whatever. Yeah, he's fucking shit up bad. He won't be there much longer. But yeah, they're gonna fucking see that their whole woke bullshit that Disney has. It's so stupid. They're fucking that Johnny Depp case. Someone's in there just fucking salivating. Oh, the money we're gonna make off this fucking movie. And that's all they're thinking about until the next woke thing when they come to think about that. So. Yeah, fuck Disney, but I like Disney.
Yeah, well, no, and I mean, that's the thing with Disney is they're fucking Disney. What are you going to do against them? Like, I mean, because they do make some good shit.
Of course.
And I think for the most part, most directors and producers, they don't give a shit about woke culture.
No.
The only reason why they have to do it is because of fucking
online.
The interwebs. Yeah, I mean, the fucking people that cry and bitch and moan.
And it's funny, right? Because they're the people that cry, bitch, and moan about that stuff. There's like 4 of them. And they just get all the traction, and then the Hollywoods gets on them because they want to be cool or whatever the case may be. And I think that's where it comes from. But yeah, nobody fucking believes that shit. It's so weird that we live in a world where it's this made up fucking culture of wokeness that no one really believes in, but yet it seems to be the number one fucking thing that everyone has to follow. Even though no one really fucking follows that shit. No one that I know. Maybe I need to go fucking move to fart smelling California. Fucking start sniffing on Clooney's ass or some shit. Oh my
god, I don't know.
Or where does he live now? Austin? That's the new fucking California.
That's the new California.
It's the new fucking LA is Austin. Or fucking Santa Fe, for fuck's sake. I'm getting out of this state.
Santa Fe.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here, dude. Fuck this state. Fuck its stupid laws and rules and taxes and its fucking inability to fucking help anybody except for the people that live and fucking up someone's ass.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this state, dude. Yeah, I'm fucking out of here. Where to meet up, my man? Breaking news. We're moving. I don't know when, though.
Nice.
We just got it in our head. We're like, yeah, it's time to get the fuck out of this shithole. Luhan's fucking playground.
Hopefully she goes ousted.
You're fucking out of your mind. She's 100%. Who's fucking running against her? Nobody. I don't even know if she's running. She might be going to Washington.
No, she's running.
Give it to her fucking cousin.
She gave everybody their $500 stimmy, so.
Oh, yeah.
Although I didn't get my money, so.
I didn't get mine. Fucking bitch lies.
Yeah, whatever.
Go have another dinner, bitch.
I didn't get my monies.
Nah, it's all good. I'm just talking shit. Who knows if we're moving? I'm just fucking talking shit because it's time to go off this cast. Hey, guys. I'll let Hans take you out on a fucking old school note, but thanks for paying attention to us a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for giving us a listen. We are going to, I've got internet again. I'm going to try and get some back catalog uploaded, and we're going to get this shit up to snuff again. Bye.
That's a future level up.
That's that in the future. Dude, we need to get video. We got to incorporate video some way, somehow.
I mean, somewhere. Love you guys.